Okay, comprehensions are of 4 types: list comprehensions, set comprehensions, dictionary comprehensions, and finally generator comprehensions. Okay, comprehensions. Now all 4 are very easy. Okay, very easy actually. So list comprehension is used with a, square bracket. Set comprehensions is used with curly braces. Dictionary is also used with curly braces, but the difference is you will have key and value here. And generator comprehension means it is used as a common brackets, which is your tuple symbol. Okay. Now list comprehension means, let's just say I have a loop. Okay. um, let's just say I have certain list here. Okay, I will say L equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Now I want to multiply each number with itself. I want to get the square. For I will write for number in list. Okay, print num into num. So this gave me the list. This gave me the result of the numbers as a squares of these numbers. But I want this into another list. So I'll have, if I want everything in another list, I will have to define it like this. Okay, I'll have to do L2 dot append of num into num. Okay, and finally I will print L2. See, in order to get a L2, as in get a list with squares of these numbers, I had to write 5 lines of code. The same thing could have been done using list comprehensions. So for list comprehensions, everything should be in a square bracket. You have to always, the way how I write is, first I write the condition for num in L. Okay, what do you want to return? You want to return num into num, right? That's what you want. Num into num, simple. See, you got the entire result in one single line instead of 5. So that is why list comprehensions are used. List comprehensions are nothing but the compressed form of your for loops. Okay, especially for loops. Is this understood? This is a list comprehension. So the way how you write a list comprehension is, first you write what you want to return, and then you write loop, and you put that in square brackets. Let's see another example. Let's just say I want to print good morning. Okay, again I'll take good
Sadik,
morning.
one question, just
Yeah,
one question I'll forget. Now, see, you have made a L2 as a empty list, right? Empty list,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And you have given the append where all
Right.
the values of L will be added
Added
and
to. Mhm.
multiplied to the num into num, right?
Right, right.
Now, instead of append, we can give insert.
Insert also you can try, but the reason why I use append is, see, you remember when append adds elements in the last towards the end.
That's right.
Elements are added towards the end. So first, how append is working is, first it will multiply num into num, which is 1 into 1. It will add 1 to this list. Here 1 will come. And then towards this end, it will add 4. Okay. Then to after that 4, it will add the 9. Okay. That way it is adding the elements. So I will get the elements in order. Okay. But if I pass insert here, I will have to specify where to insert. First of all, I can specify insert num into num will work. Okay, if I do like this, I have to specify where to insert. So I can specify, first I have to specify, uh, I will specify as I only. Let's see, I means 0, that's why it's not working. Okay, let me specify range of 0 comma, how many elements are there? 5 elements. So I will specify 6. Was never closed. Okay. No, I think I have to reverse the order. 1 second. You just need a reiterator to insert basically. Okay. Okay. Range object cannot be interpreted as integer. Okay, it wants integer only. Here, for num in L, L dot insert num dot L dot length. For num in len of L. Okay. Now I have the value iterator of this L. So that's why if I specify num here, okay, it's a int number. No, why is it taking fun? No. Okay, what will happen if I specify num? Num in num print num. Hmm. Okay. I think I got it. So this is not iterable. That's why it's not working. Anyway, even if if it doesn't work, it still should get me the number at least. Okay, it is getting me the numbers. Now these numbers at these positions I want to insert. So how do I do that is insert first of all will take index. Index object should be num only. So this I will remove, add is as L num, and what do I want to insert? Num into num. There you got it. There you have it. Okay. So using insert also you can do the same thing. It's just that you have to specify the index. Now that becomes I mean, if you know how to do that, you can do it. No issues. Okay. You can not only uh, use this method, you can also, this is much easier, right? You don't have to worry about index.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right.
yeah,
That's
so
right. Append
that's,
is easy.
yeah, append is easy, much easy as compared to insert. So, yeah, okay, moving on. So let's just say I want to apply something for each in good morning. I will return each. So I'll get good morning as single letters, and if I want to make them as uppercase, I'll just have to add upper. See, good morning. But what if I don't want this? Instead I want good as one word and morning as one word. What I will do is here I will add split. You remember split method we saw, it divides the words. You see, good
Yes,
morning
yes, yes.
I got. Now after I got good morning, now I can make those as upper letters. You see. So essentially what I'm trying to show here is what could have been done in 5 to 6 more lines here is being done easily using one single line. That is one thing. Second thing is always you have to return the value first followed by a for loop. Okay, that you remember. If you don't have any additional conditions, you have only a for loop, then first will come return, then will come for loop. Okay,
So
but
each is a variable you have given, Sadiq.
yeah,
Each.
each is a variable. You can give var also, you can give whatever you want. Okay, your result will be the same. This is a iterator basically. I iterator is pointing at G now. Okay, that way. It's just a iterator, variable kind of thing. Okay, all right. The next thing is what if I want to add a condition as well. I will take the same example, but I want to add if condition such that if my word is morning. Okay, I will have this instead. Good morning evening I will have. If I will say if war equals to evening. Okay, see what happened. I am saying Only if var is equals to evening, then you do this. Otherwise don't do. In this entire for loop dot split, okay, if the word is evening, only then you return the capital letters, otherwise don't return. That is if condition. But if I wanted to add else condition also, now watch what happens. It won't execute. Else, I'm saying else what do you wanna do with else return? Okay, let's just say I wanna return this, else this. See what happened? So the point is, there are three variations of this list comprehension. In the first variation, okay, you have only return value, and then you have for loop. That is one variation. Second variation is you have return value, which always comes first, return value, okay, but with for loop and if condition, okay. Third variation is where you have return value, okay, but if you want if and else, you will have to add that if condition, else condition before for loop. Are you following this? This is extremely important, otherwise you won't be able to write proper list comprehensions. So three different variations. How will I write this? Using the third variation. Using the third variation, I will slightly modify. I will take this if else, put it before for loop. Watch what happened. So what is happening is, my for loop is iterating over the good morning, evening. What I'm saying is, if the word is evening, you print capital letter of word, which is done here. Else if the word is not evening, if the word is not evening, you print underscore. So for first, because good is not equal to evening, it is printing underscore. Morning is not equal to underscore, hence it is printing, sorry, morning is not equal to evening, hence printing underscore. Evening equals to evening, hence it is printing capital letters of evening. Did you understand all these three variations? Extremely important.
Yes.
So just remember this. You can write if condition with for loop. If condition has to come after for loop. But if you want to add else condition also, it has to come before for loop. Otherwise it won't work. There is fourth variation also. Okay. Now fourth variation is, if you want to have return value along with for loop and additional for loop. Two for loops. Okay. That also I will show you. So somewhere here above we did that example, right? For under for, somewhere here. Okay. Yeah. So you got these numbers, right? Okay. I will show you how to do that. Okay, this thing. So what you are doing is, what you are essentially returning is, print is what you are doing. Okay, but here you are returning. So basically you are saying I, give me I. Okay, but end it with, I will say string of I, return string of I. Okay, just to add a space. Plus you give me one extra space. Okay, this is what you are returning. For I in range of 6 and for j in range of 5. See what happened? I couldn't get this in order. Okay, but the result is, okay, let me try to get that order. Let's see. I will get one. Okay, I'll get I first. Okay, now I want to add plus backslash n. Okay, it won't allow me to add. Let me try this. This is very, um, how do I say, never tried kind of recipe that I'm trying. Okay, it's taking as backslash, it's taking as string. Okay, so I will make this as backslash n. This is another thing. It's concatenating. Interesting. How do I add this? Okay, this also I have not tried. Okay, but I'm just giving it a try. Let's see. If I return this entire print thing, I don't know if it will work, but interesting. Okay, it worked, but not in the way that we anticipate. Anyway, the difference I think it's fine. But this is how I would have done it. Okay. Now the reason why it's not coming in this format is, you see this brackets. Whatever is there is in the within this is in the form of list. Okay, now it's hard to get the list in this format. You can't have a list like this. Start here, you print 1 here, and then you print 2 comma 2, and then you add 3 comma 3 comma 3. That way we can't display. Maybe we have to use external um, printing elements like pretty print. We have some other modules for that. Maybe something using that, maybe we can get such results. But because this is a list, it is not giving me that format, but otherwise the result is the same. Okay, so did you understand this fourth variation? Don't worry about the result is fine here, but just understand the double for loop that you can use, how to transfer, how to convert a actual for loop into a list comprehension. Did you understand this part?
Uh, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So that is these are the fourth variation. If you understood up until this point for list comprehension, then set comprehension is very easy. It's exactly the same thing, exactly the same. Let me copy this. This will be interesting. Um, okay, instead of square bracket, you are adding set symbol. Now, what is a set? Set is a collection data type which has unique elements. Okay. Now compare this. Compare this with list comprehension. Okay, this was your list comprehension. This is your set comprehension. Set comprehension does the exact same as list comprehension. The only difference is it prints the unique values. So O is repeated 3 times. So it won't print 3 times. It will print only 1 time. And that too, there is no order. There is no
The
order here.
duplicate values are not allowed.
Yeah, duplicate values are not allowed. That is the only difference between list and sets, and that is the difference between set comprehension and list comprehension as well. Let's just say, okay, I will take this. No, this was incorrect, right? So I'll take this. Here also I will add a set comprehension, set symbol. Okay, you got evening, but see what happened. There were 2 underscores instead of 2. You got 1. That is the only difference. Okay, set comprehensions are exactly same as list comprehensions, but they print only unique values. Is this understood?
Two N's are there, no, Sadir, in evening.
No, but that
It's take.
entire evening word is taken as one element.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but if I don't add this split, then your question is valid. If I don't add this split and I'm splitting at letter level, then okay. Okay, so if var is equal to, let's just say e. Okay, then you got. Okay, where was that example where we split at letter level? Okay, this one. If I don't add split to this method, so everything is the same, and condition I'm just the condition I'm removing. Okay, if you see now, this is what we saw, I think here. Okay, yeah. So that's what entire word evening was taken as one element. That's why you had these values. Deleted the example also. Okay, now you can see. I mean, there were two underscores, so you have one single underscore. But if you want to split this word, then you'll have to do it this way. Okay, um, you have to remove the split method. Split method divides the entire sentence at word level. You'll have to divide at character level, and then only you can take the unique elements. Anyway, this is list comprehension and set comprehension. Now dictionary comprehension, okay, is also the same, except there are let's just say, let me define a dictionary first. Dictionary, okay, some dictionary I will define. Let's just say I will mention language is Python, okay, and then you have subject is maths. Okay, this is my dictionary. Now we know already from the um, dictionary that items returns two values. Okay, so if you want to use dictionary comprehension, you'll have to return two values, key comma value. Okay, then you have to write these are my return values, right? Then you'll have to write the for loop for key comma value again in dictionary dot items. Oh yeah, so parent sorry. So this key value pair that we are returning uh, should be like this. So you see what happened? Dictionary dot items will anyway give us key comma value. Those key comma value we are returning here. But if I wanted to do some operations like key comma value plus, then you can get lang python submaths, something like that. Did you understand this? This is a dictionary comprehension.
Sorry, Sadiq.
Yeah.
Actually, I lose my network. That's why I didn't get it. Can you please explain again?
Sure,
The
sure.
four.
Dictionary comprehension means, see, if you
Yes. Yes.
notice, this is a
Yes.
dictionary, and when you
Right.
type dictionary dot items, we'll get two values in one go. We'll get key value, key and value, and again
Right.
key and value will get. So, for dictionary comprehensions, you always have to use two values here if you are going to use items. Okay, if you use items here, use key comma value, and again in the for loop also use key comma value. If you are going to use only keys, dictionary dot keys, then remove this value part here, use only key part. Okay, then you can get the keys. Got it? But if you are going to use values again, you can use value, and here also you can return the value. So you'll get maths. Here maths and Python were values, subject and lang were keys.
Right.
So,
Right.
so this
Get
is
get
how
it.
you can use this dictionary
Yes, sir.
comprehension.
Got it.
Set
Thank
comprehension is
you.
again same as list comprehension. And one last thing is generator comprehensions. Now generator comprehensions is very interesting. Okay, you have the same exact syntax. There is no difference except for the brackets. If I enter, see what happened? It created a generator object. It didn't give me result. It won't give you result also. It will give you only generator object. But if I apply a list to this generator object, let me assign to a generator object. I'll execute this. Okay. And if I apply a list over the generator object, sorry. if I apply a list or generator object, I'll get the result. Okay, the reason why it works this way is, okay, one more thing even before I talk. So if I, to that generator object, we have something called next. We call this dunder methods. Don't worry about all this, we'll learn this in functions. But next means it will give me next element. It will give me next element and stop. So let me execute this. See, I just executed this, and now I'm asking gen to fetch me g. If I want o, again I will have to execute that same part. O, again o, okay, again d, again m, okay, sorry, space, then m, then o, then r. Okay, so that way it will go till end of g. Okay, and it will stop. Okay, now it will stop iteration. So it will give me stop iteration message. Now the thing is, let's just say you wanted to do a list comprehension, value for value in, okay, uh, range of, let's just say you had some 1 billion records you had. If I execute this now, it will run out of memory. Okay, as a list comprehension, if I run this, it will run out of memory. Why? Because it has to allocate memory for all these elements one after the other. And even if you consider as 1 byte for each one element, it will have to execute so many zeros. How many are there? This is million, billion, okay, okay, trillion, I think. Okay, if I add, this is first 3 million, billion, okay, so there are totally close to 1 trillion. If I add one more zero, it's done. 1 trillion, okay, 1 trillion memory spaces, 1 trillion bytes of memory it has to reserve if I execute this. But if I make it as a generator, okay, it won't have to reserve so much memory. Instead, it will store all this value as a generator object, where at this address it has stored a range. It has stored the range and the value, okay, for only one number, starting number it has stored. If I call underscore dot underscore next on this generator object, okay, then it will iterate over that range. It will show as 1. Then again if I execute, it will show as 2. So this way, instead of storing the memory for 1 trillion or whatever the number of bytes, I can have the memory stored for only 1 byte. Okay, one element, 1 byte memory is enough. And then the same in the same memory space, I can keep on iterating. The 1 can be changed to 2, 2 can be changed to 3, 3 can be changed to 4. So this way it will help in reserving the memory. Hence generator comprehensions are used. Okay, did you understand this concept?
Yes,
Generator
Sadik. So, Sadik,
comprehensions, yeah.
once you start next, right, after
Mm-hmm.
0, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
so how you will come out, like, because last time you showed, once it is ending in G,
yeah,
so it will stop.
yeah,
So here it has 1 trillion. So how
yeah.
you will come out?
So actually, good question. Let me quickly check and answer. For next, what happens is you will have to do some sort of exception handling. For example, if I say try this entire thing, okay, I understood your question. What you're trying to ask is how would you come out of the iteration part? How would you go
That's
back
right.
to zero, or how would you exit the iteration? Basically, uh, at the moment, the only way to handle is with um, this thing, exceptions. But let me check if I have some method wherein how to stop the execution of iteration. Okay, I think we have one more method for this called iter method. Let's see. Because I already have executed this, if I pass iter, Okay, that is also generator object. Okay, uh, I will apply. Okay, this is my gen object, and to the gen object I will apply the iter method. If I apply a list over this gen, come on, no, it went to loop. Okay, one second. But we do have this iteration method, iter method. Okay, now iter method is how you can get it. For example, if you apply next, next of some iteration value, I have to check the example. One second. Let's just say iter of L. Okay, iter of gen. That is a generator object. Okay, apply the generator object. Okay, to this generator object I will, if I assign this as my iter object. Okay, and to that iter object I am doing next of iter.
method again.
Okay, my iter, sorry. Okay, it has already reached the end, that's why. Okay, let me begin. Okay, yeah, this is how you can access the iteration value. If you want to come out of it, there is I think I'll have to check. I am not fully sure. um, but the way how I know this can be handled is using exceptions only. Okay, but I'm not sure if they have introduced any new method where you can access the iteration value directly and reset it to 0. Okay, that is what your question was, right? Access the iteration, make
That's
the
right.
iter
That's
value
right.
to 0, this iteration value. So if I execute this, it is at 1 2 3. Sorry, this is a 2. Now you want this iter to go back to starting of the range again. That is what you're
Correct.
saying. I will check on that. Okay, but I'm not sure if there's such a method exists. But if it exists, they have introduced, I will check and let you know. Okay, this also
Sure.
I will
Thank you, sir.
add it. Yeah, okay. Iteration method to reset iter. Sorry, iter generator. Anyway, we anyway have a different topic after functions called generators. There by when I teach, I will explain this if we have any method. But that is a good question actually. So ideally we should have a method to access iteration and reset it. Access iteration. Okay, all right, this completes the comprehension part. Any doubts in this? You can ask. If not, you can let me know.
Okay, Sadiq, we just want a tip from you. You
Yeah.
know how to practice this if conditions, loops, for loops, while loops. Okay,
Yeah.
and you have showed this thing, right? Comprehension list. Like we
Yeah.
can add all string methods as well as list
Yes,
methods
yes.
into it.
Yes, anything. You can
Okay.
apply any logic, anything inside it. Okay. You can add any method. Anyway, anything you want to do, you can do it.
Okay.
But certain things will have limitations. For example, see, I couldn't arrange this. Um,
Mhm.
maybe that is also, this is also possible. But except that it will start with a list and end with a list. I'll have to think about it. Think about it. But otherwise, mostly any logic you want, you can add inside these comprehensions and execute. Shouldn't be an issue. Just the way regarding the tip, what I will say is the way how I did it is how I learned all this when I started is by practicing only, by modifying this value. If this was good morning, I would type something else. I would add additional method. For example, I would say something called split method to it, and then I'll execute. You see, I got good morning in one go. Instead of letters, I got words, right? So I would add something like r split, something. I mean, I would test it out. So r split, for this I would add extra space, then execute. If I check there is no extra space, okay, R split means it has splitted from the right side. I would try something like R R strip. Okay, if I check now again, I would get a different result. I would try to make sense of these results, right? So this way you can test it out. Various things you can try and learn how they are working underneath. If you learn, if you practice and learn, then you will get it. It's not difficult. So only by practice you can remember this also. Okay, if you read theory book, you won't get anything, you won't understand basically.
Right. Right.
Okay, so I want to stop till here, and tomorrow I will check. Tomorrow we have special methods because we already have learned these basic methods, right? List, arrays, strings, tuples, dictionary sets, we have already learned. Okay, and there are some special methods, special data types that are designed. It's in collection module. And this collection module is something that other courses usually ignore. Okay, that's why I want to make it mandatory to learn this we will learn tomorrow. Okay, and then after that we will move on to functions directly. Okay, that is the tomorrow's agenda. Any doubts, you can ask. If not, uh, we can disband. Okay.
No, no, it was really interesting, and I suggest, like, the time how it's fly, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still wondering from 8 o'clock till 11:40.
Yes,
It's
yes.
so interesting, Sadik. I'm so thankful for you
You
for
welcome, madam.
teaching us this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Welcome. And if you're interested in continuing the live classes, that is what Swapnil was also asking.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
of
are
course, of course.
interested, if you are interested in learning the live classes, you can make a payment on or before 31st. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So your fees you already know, but if you want to study even now, you have that option. You need not come to the live class. If recordings will always be free, so if you want to learn directly from YouTube, you can leave the live class. That is also an option, no force. Um, but if you want to continue live class, you can make the payment on the same number, starting with number 7, on or before July 31st. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. um, all right, yeah. So thank you very much for your time. See you tomorrow again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Sadik.
you.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you. Sadiq,
Yeah,
one question.
yeah,
Where are you? Are you using Jupyter Notebook in Anaconda?
yeah. See, Jupyter notebook I'm using via Anaconda only, but you can Anaconda is huge, right? You can install
Right.
Miniconda also. Okay, that is one option. Okay, if Miniconda is also not suitable for you, then for Jupyter notebook specially, you have something called Jupyter notebook can be downloaded directly.
Okay, we can directly download it.
You can directly go to jupyter.org. It's free, absolutely free. Okay, you can try it in your browser or directly install Jupyter Lab. You do a pip install Jupyter Lab on your command prompt. Okay.
Okay.
Or if you want Jupyter Lab, if you want notebook, you do a pip install. Now if pip also is not present, then you google how to install pip. Install pip on Windows or Mac, whatever you're using. First you install pip. Okay. To install pip, I think you have to run Python -m install pip. That is the command. Or you can do get Python. Okay, that also is fine. So once you install pip, then you can come back to install pip install Jupyter Lab. So this will give you Jupyter Lab directly. You don't have to do Anaconda or Miniconda installations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Chalo, theek hai. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sadik.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Mongoose collections module.